Hi, this is Simon Leung back with Groove at any time, where we can be on at any time on any day to talk about just about anything. And today just happens to be a Saturday, so a very happy Saturday to all of you. Now, also today, I do have something very, very cool to show you simply because it was brand new, it wasn't announced, and I think it's something that's going to be very important for all of us to use, especially if you are going to be a game changer, if you're going to do big things, if you're going to change the world, especially with Groove and GroovePages. I'm sure you'll understand more about what I'm talking about in just a moment. But just to share with you basically what it is, why you want to use it, and maybe even why you need it, even if you don't know it right now. This is a very, very cool brand new feature within GroovePages that I'm sure you will find very helpful in a short amount of time. But regardless, if you happen to be joining us live, please give us a hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching us on the replay, give us a hashtag replay. Let us know where you are, your country, your city, as well as your time, because right before I came on today, I just approved across a variety of all of our various groups, communities, over 100 brand new members into our community. So of course, we're very excited to continue to say hi to you. But going back into our topic of the day, first, let me explain to you a little bit more about my personal situation. I've been using Groove for over a year now. I've done this for my own affiliate programs, for my own branded sites, for a lot of my products and services. I've created a lot of membership sites. And so as things continue to progress and as things continue to change, I'm always very excited whenever brand new launches and releases actually come out. And for those of you who may or may not know, for the last few weeks, I've been working really, really hard. And really, I don't think it should have taken me as many hours as it did to create what I want to show you in just a moment's time. But it actually did take me a very long time because of a variety of different things that happened behind the scenes. So for those of you who may or may not know, I'm going to share with you my screen right now. You'll see this page right here. This is grooveasia.cm. Okay, and so when you really think about the creation of a new website, the creation of a brand new funnel, the creation of a brand new business, usually you don't really think about this as something that will take you a very long time to do. Okay, now because this was a little bit unique, it was very special because this is an expansion of the Groove project, isn't it? So everything in terms of the integration, in terms of the transactions, in terms of the autoresponders, the payment gateways, the pages, the funnels, the bullet points, the copy of the text, the graphics, the logos, the headers, the footers, you name it, right? Everything needed to almost exactly, technologically, work exactly the same as Groove.cm, GrooveFunnels.com, Groove Digital as well. And so notwithstanding, you can imagine that, of course, when I started creating this entire page, I did not actually create everything from the ground up. In fact, because I didn't have to create everything from the ground up, you would imagine that it would be a lot quicker for me to actually accomplish this, right? If this is what you think, you would be wrong. Why is that? The reason is because this initial GrooveAsia.cm is an exact clone of GrooveFunnels.com. So if you see basically the layout, if you see the copy, the text, the theme, everything is pretty identical in the form that it actually looks pretty similar to GrooveFunnels.com, doesn't it? That's because the entire page, the entire website, all the pages within all the funnels, every single step of the way is an exact clone of GrooveFunnels.com. And so that in itself is where the problem actually came in. Why? Because when you use GroovePages, and those of you who've been using GroovePages for a while, you've built a big, long website, maybe you would know about this, but whenever you publish, okay, the way that GroovePages worked was that it would publish basically every single page on your entire website. Every single page, every single funnel, every single change and edit, whether or not you make any changes to those specific pages, it will still go ahead and make all these changes to your entire funnel and all of your pages. There within lies the problem, because GrooveFunnels is such a big website. There's literally countless pages, and each and every single one of those pages have so much integration. Each and every single one of those pages also have embeds, have all these different components and blocks and elements and countdown timers and alert bars, and you name it. It just made it such a huge, ginormous site that anytime that we make any changes to groovefunnels.com, to groovedigital.com, and now to this website as well, grooveasia.cm, it simply took forever and a day to get all these changes into place. And so whenever I created something new, whenever I added in a new site, I wanted to make some edits, I wanted to make one simple change, unfortunately, it took a very long time in order for those to actually take effect. Long story short, the very first time that it happened, of course, our team, we have David Fernandez, who creates all of the pages for Groove. And he was kind enough to allow me to reach out to him, even though, of course, I don't work very closely with him. He's very busy with all those different things. But the very first time that I made changes to this particular site right here, I clicked on publish. I waited and I waited and I waited. Nothing happened. Now, if you use GroovePages, and you know that if you create your very first site and it's a very short page, within literally a matter of seconds, right? It's going to, once you click on that publish button, that little icon, that little image, that little notification at the bottom right side of the screen, the green notification, it'll tell you that your site publication is in progress and everything is well underway, right? Usually it takes just a few seconds for that to happen. The first time that I did this, and again, David Fernandez was kind enough to help me actually clone the entire GrooveFunnels site over to grooveasia.cm, and at that point in time, I start to figure things out on my own, step by step. What's all these things that I need to change, all these things I need to edit, and after I was comfortable to create my very first draft, right, and say, yes, this is now ready to go live, I clicked on the publish button. Nothing happened. Okay, I waited 30 seconds. I waited a minute. And by the way, this is already a minute longer than what I was used to waiting on, right? Nothing happened. I waited 5 minutes. I waited 10 minutes. Nothing happened. After 10, 15, 20, even 30 minutes, nothing happened. And I was like, oh man, did I do something wrong? Did I break something? Is something going on with GroovePages right now? Is this a bug? Are there updates going on? I had no idea. Right? And it has just so happened to be in the middle of the night in the US time. And so I was not able to get a hold of anybody. You know, David Fernandez obviously was not reachable. David Lemon, any of the developers, they were not reachable. And I was just sitting there going, oh man, I hope I didn't break anything. Right? And so what I finally later on, after hours and hours and hours of anguish, right? Because I clicked on it and of course it didn't work. And so I refreshed the page, I logged out, I logged back in, I tried again, it still didn't work. One time I tried to wait more than 30 minutes, and because I was multitasking, I wasn't active on the actual screen itself, and so it logged me out, right? You know that's what happens on the Groove platform if you're not active, right? Especially if you're on GroovePages, you're multitasking, you're not on the page, it just logs you out. And so for me, I was having trouble saving as well, and so all of that work was pretty much lost. Hours and hours and hours of lost work. I had no idea what to do. And it wasn't until finally in the afternoon US time, I was finally able to get a hold of David Fernandez, and he confirmed, yes, actually, this is a very big site. And every time that you publish, what happens with GroovePages is that they publish every single one of your pages, regardless of whether you make any changes or not, regardless of whether you made any edits or not, right? And so what happened when I click on the publish button is that Groove went ahead and went through every single one of the cloned Groove pages within GroovePages, on the Groove, funnels.com, on GrooveDigital.com, and everything else that were added into this particular funnel. And so that's why it took so long. And he said, even for me, okay, as in for David Fernandez, it wouldn't be uncommon for him to spend 45 minutes just to edit and get something published onto a page. And so for me, I was like, oh, wow, 45 minutes, that's a very long time. But because my site was bigger, I added even more pages to it, combined with everything else that was already there. This meant that, of course, mine took even longer. Sometimes it would take 50 minutes, sometimes an hour or longer, it would still be in published mode. And so finally, after 1 hour being active, moving around the mouse and everything to make sure that everything was working, that it was active, finally it published. And so at that point in time, I realized it was a big problem within the Groove system, that some things needed to change. I was very active in talking with Rup, who is the head developer in Groove. And so we worked out on a lot of different things. And finally, the good news is that within the last few days, it finally happened. Okay, so I want to show you really quickly my normal procedure anytime that I will make any changes to this grooveasia.cm page or any other page within GrooveAsia. And the reason why it takes so long, right, as you may or may not know, okay, especially if you're brand new, if you are here within the GroovePages dashboard, you're going to go and click on the left side menu where it says apps. Okay, once you do that, you're going to click on GroovePages. And once you click on GroovePages, that's where you're going to select any one of the pages or websites that you may have built, or if you want to create a brand new site right here, you can go ahead and do so. For me, I want to show you what happens when I click on grooveasia.cm. Now, one thing that's going to be very surprising, maybe to even many of you who've been using GroovePages for a while, is right now, you'll see that it actually takes a little bit of time before this actually loads. If this was a normal page, if this was a new page, if it wasn't so big, it would have loaded in a very short amount of time. As you can see, all this time while I'm still talking, this page is still being loaded right now. And that's because, as I mentioned, right, that's because the entire grooveasia.cm, all the pages within is being all loaded all at the same time. And as a result, it takes a very long time. That was one of the initial problems. I would probably say it's one of the lesser problems, because once everything is loaded, I can use it already. However, when it's on the publishing side, right? Unfortunately, when everything is all said and done, sometimes it's an hour of your life or more anytime that you want to make a simple change. So finally, you can see that it probably took about 30 seconds or 45 seconds or more. I wasn't really counting down, but you would actually see that it took a lot longer than normal for it to load, right? And that's because this site, this funnel, has so many different pages. And so now that you see that we are inside of the actual builder, nothing is different, right? I made a lot of changes over here. If I were to make any changes that I really wanted to, I would do it in the exact same way that you would. But the reason why it initially took so long, and I'm just going to show this to you really quickly because I'm not sure how many of these pages you're actually supposed to see, but once we click on pages, you'll actually see that there is a whole bunch of pages on here, don't you? From thank you pages to themes to FAQs and testimonials, a whole bunch of thank you pages, a whole bunch of customization pages, a whole bunch of customization and checkout pages, and more. As we scroll down, right, it's just a whole bunch of different pages. And that's why it takes such a long time for you to actually publish it every time that we publish. Because once I make even one small change, like I want to change this, from GrooveAsia TM to GrooveAsia R, right, for registered. If that's all I wanted to do, even if I click on the publish button over here, right, and previously it just says publish, if I had clicked on that publish button, it will still publish the entire website, which means that it's going to go 1 by one, element by element, block by block, text by text, image by image, transaction, code by code, embed by embed. And that's why it takes so long for everything to be published, right? And so that's why it wasn't surprising when it sometimes takes 45 minutes to an hour or longer to load these pages. The good news, not only for me, but also for anybody who's working within the GroovePages, team, and any single one of you who share with me the same types of pages and funnels that look like this with a whole bunch of content on there. The good news now is that when we click on the publish button, you will see something different, okay? Right here, you're no longer going to see just the publish button. Now, you have a choice right here where it says publish. Actually, you can't see this right now. I just noticed on the screen because I am covering it. So I am going to move this over here to the side. I'll blow this up a little bit so that you can see this a lot better. All right. And over here, there you go. Now you can see that under the publish button, you now have two choices. How many choices? Two. Okay. The first one, publish the entire website, which is what it normally did in the first place, right? But if I didn't want to do that, and I definitely don't want to do that, right? Because this is an hour of my life that I would never get back every time I click on this publish website button, right? If I only want to make changes to one simple page, one simple change to one single page, now I can click on publish current page, okay? Once I click on that, it will only publish the page that you are on, which means that you are going to just save a whole bunch of time. And in my case, it could literally save me hours and hours and hours a day just because of the amount of changes and additions and edits that I make on every single one of these pages. Okay, so if you think that this is a cool brand new feature, type in the word cool, especially, and even though this might not be something that you would be using right now, maybe it's just a very small tweak to you because your pages are small enough, right? Your pages are tiny enough so that it doesn't take an hour for you to publish. Regardless, I'm sure that in due time, you're going to reach that spot. Okay, you're going to reach that level where you will be creating a lot of pages, where you will be creating a lot of funnels, where you will be creating a lot of different elements as well, and add them all in. The more that's on your pages, the longer it would normally take for you to publish as well. And so the good news is that now you will save a whole bunch of time. You're not going to publish on things that you don't want different things to, not make changes on. And yes, in addition to saving you a whole bunch of time, it will also save you a whole bunch of headache in case things get published and changed where you didn't want them to get changed. Okay, so with that, that is pretty much our major update that I want to share with you this weekend. As you see on this page, there are additional changes within GroovePages, but we will save them for another day. Okay, we want to keep these snappy. We want to keep these short for you. We don't want you to get overly bored, but still, we do want to make sure that this is something that that you want to use. Okay, so by the way, if you are again joining us, give us a hashtag live. If you're on live, if you're watching us on the replay, give us a hashtag replay so that we can basically share all of you with each other, introduce you to one another, and say hi. Okay, so going into some of our comments, I see Walk Us Through in YouTube. She's saying, hi, Simon. I'm watching from Miami, Florida. A very good morning to you. Great to see you. We also have Tyra saying, happy Groove Saturday, everyone. 7:47 a.m. PST. Have a very groovy weekend. Thank you, Simon. Thank you for sharing. You are very welcome, Tyra. A very good morning to you. It seems like you never sleep. So, regardless of whether I'm on in the morning or at night, in the middle of the night, you just so happen to be joining us all the time. So, thank you very much, and always great to see you. We also have Gary joining us. Great to see you, saying cool. We also have Pauline saying cool. And we have Elias Shaw saying, what's the catch? It can't be just free for, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but if you're talking about GroovePages, if you're talking about GrooveSell, if you're talking about Groove Funnels or Groove.cm in general, yes, we do have, of course, the free account that you can use and access for life. But whenever you feel like you are ready, okay, you're done. You already made your first dollar. Now you want to add extra zeros to your bottom line. Still, the lifetime free account is for you to keep. The education is free for you. The community is free for you. Even the affiliate program, the built-in business opportunity is free for you as well. But whenever you are ready for additional features, you want to upgrade into a platinum account of your choice. Of course, this is something that is readily available for you right now. Now, of course, if you're watching us live right now, or any time not too long after the recording of this live, then of course the good news is that we still have the platinum lifetime account available. But later on, once we get out of beta, once everything is released, of course the plan is we're gonna get this into a monthly subscription plan. So still, for Mr. Elias, if you're interested to know, yes, it is still free for you if you want the lifetime free account, but whenever you are ready, we welcome you to be an upgraded member, just like Angie Norris, who is obviously one of our lifetime platinum members and have been for probably over a year now. She is one of our Groove stars, one of our top affiliates. She will be the first to tell you all of the bells and whistles and how great it is to be a platinum member, how much more you actually earn as an affiliate, because she is a superstar. Okay, so Angie, definitely looking forward to getting in touch with you and of course working together with you in our launch event that is coming very, very soon. In just a few weeks time, we need to get started in talking and planning for it, because we want it to be ultra successful for you as well. So Angie, thank you for sharing your comments with us. Tara is also saying, sorry you had issues. However, it's inspiring for me because right now it's my everyday, but it's so much fun. Thank you again. You're very welcome, Tara. And it's not that it's issues. Remember what I just said, right? We are in beta. So as we're in beta, and whether or not we are in beta, I digress, right? Whether we are in beta or we get out of beta, we always want to continue to improve. So I don't envision that we will ever stop improving. And that's the beauty of Groove. We're always looking to make things better, not just for ourselves, for our own personal usage, but also for the usage of the community and the experiences of everybody else as well. So this is the really cool thing about being a part of Groove, is that everything that you have access to, we have access to as well. And so it is our goal that we want to make sure that it is the absolute best piece of software and platform that we can use, and in turn it will improve for you as well. So Tyra, it's a great thing that you're joining us right now. That is still the beginning for you, because this means that you will actually get to benefit off of all the different improvements that we will continue to make. Gary is saying, I've noticed a lot of updates lately. They're very simple to understand and use. Very, very cool. Thank you, Gary. Yes, they are. Lots of updates, definitely. Some more simple than others, but all of them are definitely for the purpose of increasing the user experience for everybody involved as well. All right, so with that, I want to give you a summary of everything that we covered here today. Yes, new updates are happening all the time, and they will always continue to happen, because hey, that's just the way that we roll. It's Saturday, it's in the it's in the evening for me, it's in the morning for some of you, the afternoon for some of you. But as you can see, as entrepreneurs, as marketers, we're almost always active and we're always doing something cool. So that's why, of course, we are so proud to have you as a part of our community, because we always have the opportunity to communicate with you and to engage with you at any given time. And that's why we call this Groove at Any Time. Now, this is something that, of course, we don't always have official announcements for. Sometimes we will, sometimes we don't. So if you do want to make sure that you have the opportunity to learn about all the best brand new announcements as soon as they go live, make sure If you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us inside of our Facebook groups and private communities, turn on those notifications because you're going to want to make sure that you are notified the moment that we go live. And of course, if you want to learn more about Groove Asia and everything else, you can go to grooveasia.cm. You can also either scroll to the bottom of that page or check out the ticker in this video, or check out below or above or below in the description to find our social sites so that you can connect with us on our Groove Asia communities as well. All right, so with all of that, we do want to congratulate all of you. It does sound like Elias is one of our brand new members, so congratulations for being a brand new member, and a huge welcome to you. Elias says, thank you for clarification. One more thing, so this is an affiliate platform. It's not just an affiliate platform, it is a lot of different things. So if you want to learn more about everything that this entails, I want to invite you to go to youtube.com/Groove Digital. Okay, once again, that's youtube.com/Groove Digital. And once you go to youtube.com/Groove Digital, you will see a lot of different videos that explains to you exactly what Groove is and exactly how you can get started as well. So we welcome you, of course, Elias, to our next conversation. Tyra is also saying cool, to our next live conversation, our next live stream, and everything else. You are very welcome. We look forward to not only you, Elias, but everyone else who might be joining us for the very first time. Make sure that you are following us, whether on the Groove Digital platforms or the Groove Asia ones. There's definitely going to be a lot of really cool things that we want to address and introduce to you as well. In fact, I will be back on as scheduled tomorrow, at least at the time of planning right now. So make sure, once again, you have all those notifications turned on, because we're going to be sharing with you yet another brand new feature that hopefully will be helpful to you as well. All right, so on behalf of the entire Groove community and myself, I want to thank you for joining us here today. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the weekend. I will see you tomorrow. But in the meantime, make sure that you take action right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside. You gotta get into the groove.